Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Five Nights at Freddy's. And this is the new horror comedy adaptation from the beloved video game series. And Emma Tammy, who winds up taking the reins as director on this, who I don't think I really have a whole lot of experience with her work, but the screenplay and story is based on the video game from Scott Cawthon, who also co-wrote the script. And this particular film focuses on Mike, who is a security guard who winds up getting hired to keep this old Chuck E. Cheese-esque animatronic pizzeria safe from intruders at night. And it turns out these animatronics might be a little bit darker than you expect. And this particular film is a lot of fun. I did quite enjoy this film. It's one of those kinds of things where tonally it's striking the exact tone that it needs to with the composers, the Newton brothers, who obviously have made such a big impact with some of their music. They do a lot of the music for Mike Flanagan's series, and this just captures that perfect 80s synth kind of feel, which really captures the aesthetic of this really cheesy 80s pizzeria. And you have this film doesn't have as many scares as you might think it does in its hour and 50-minute runtime, but it's creepy. It has that atmosphere. It's unnerving. You're never quite sure what's going to happen. There's an amazing recurring jump scare that keeps happening that I absolutely loved. Usually hate jump scares, but this one worked but also gave a good laugh. And that's the thing, this film really knows how to be funny, and using the animatronics with their side eyes or a wink or just a quick jerking of a head to stare down, they're legitimately creepy. And there's moments where I just felt so unnerved by just their sheer presence, how they move and everything. You're just like, nope, I'm good. I don't want to be here. And that really works. Character-wise and performance-wise, I think Josh Hutcherson from, Hunger Games, who plays Mike, I think he does a really fine job. Piper Rubio, who plays his younger sister Abby, I think is very sweet. Elizabeth Lail, who I do like in things that I've seen her pop up in, like You and stuff like that, I feel like her performance is too obnoxiously telegraphing everything. And there's a couple of characters in this film that I feel like are obnoxiously telegraphing and acting way too suspicious that revelations about them are not surprising at the point that they happen, because you're just like, they've been acting suspicious this whole entire time. And I think Lael struggles a bit with selling some of those things. She does have some strong moments. She does have good She has good charisma, but also her character makes some, well, I guess in the moment, kind of crazy, nonsensical decisions. But you get there. Matthew Lillard is just absolutely perfect for exactly the role that they have him for in this film. Loved him every second that he's on screen. This film does try to dive into manipulating dreams and this whole backstory for Mike and his lost brother, and how it all threads together with the bigger mystery about these missing kids and these animatronic suits. And it's just it gets a little bit bloated and messy, I feel like, at times. But in general, I do think that this film does a nice job of delivering some laughs, delivering some scares, getting you relatively invested, and just sending you on a crazy, campy, unnerving kind of 80s ride. And that pulpy kind of horror is exactly what Blumhouse does best. So I think this really worked for them. And as somebody who knows nothing about these games, I had a lot of fun. There's a lot of people who knew a lot more than me that were cheering like crazy when certain people popped up on the screen or certain things were said. I guess this is what it feels like going to a Marvel movie and just being a mainstream moviegoer. But it's one of those kinds of things where no matter how connected you are to this series, I think this is a really fun time and worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.